Welcome back to Buy, Sell, Hold, the weekly series where I, Butters, will be telling you which AFL sports trading cards you should consider buying, selling, or even potentially holding for a better deal down the line so that you can get bang for buck for your trading cards and enhance your collecting experience. Let's go. During the early portion of this season, the rookie focus of AFL fans and collectors has been solely directed towards the likes of Will Ashcroft and Harry Sheezel. However, my buys this week are a pair of names that you should put in the back of your mind for when Series 2 releases roll around and DPS speculation fully swings into gear. Bailey Humphrey and Josh Weddle are the two most recent Rising Star nominees, and for good reason. Humphreys has strung together two really strong performances. On the other hand, Josh Weddle can do absolutely no wrong in the Hawks' 100-point thumping of West Coast, with him kicking 2 goals from half-back. When deciding which rookies that I'm keen to speculate on, one of the most important factors I take into consideration is something called player exposure. What I mean by this term is, will this player get an opportunity over an extended period of time to see if their play style stacks up to AFL standard? We've seen this previously with the likes of Errol Goulden, Finn Callahan, Jai Miss, and even more recently with Samson Ryan, whose cards have all enjoyed price spikes due to their extended playing time. So, when the time comes for players that you should think about speculating with in the Series 2 releases, players like Bailey Humphrey and Josh Weddle may give you the investing edge in comparison to other, more hyped-up draftees. Following on from my buy, I'm willing to make a big prediction. If Will Ashcroft is able to stay healthy for the rest of the season, then there is no chance Harry Sheezel can win this year's Rising Star Award. Despite Sheezel's extremely hot start to the season, it's in fact been Will Ashcroft whose game's risen to another level. Not only has he claimed Goal of the Year contention from the early part of the season, but many people thought he deserved the Marcus Ashcroft medal, which is given to the best player of field during the Q Clash on Saturday night. Brisbane are trucking along nicely in 2023, with many predicting they win a majority of their remaining fixtures. And although North Melbourne showed great fight on the weekend, I don't expect them to sustain that level of intensity for the remaining 12 games. Good performances on winning teams get more recognition than good performances on teams that get pumped by 70 points every week. So, if you're doubtful of Sheezel's Rising Star chances, like I am, now could be the perfect time to sell, given the fact these predictors still carry great currency. This decision could save you hundreds of dollars in comparison to 4 months' time. Despite finishing the game last Friday night, recent scans have confirmed that Clayton Oliver has actually suffered a low-grade hamstring injury, which will see him out for the short-term future. While this is a massive blow to Melbourne's season, it's also a bit of a shock to the system for those people who are currently holding Clayton Oliver Brownlow Predictors. So, what should you be doing? Unless you're absolutely desperate to sell, I'd suggest avoiding the race to the bottom when it comes to Clayton Oliver Predictors. When players inevitably become injured, people think that it's almost implied that their competing rivals will take full advantage of their absence. However, these players still need to perform, and it shouldn't be easily forgotten that Clayton Oliver definitely has runs on the board when it comes to season 2023, and I still expect him to feature prominently come Brownlow night. Who knows, it might become the point where Clayton Oliver Predictors are once again a viable investment option. That's the end of this week's episode of Buy, Sell, Hold. As always, catch me next week where we'll be discussing which AFL trading cards that you should consider buying, selling, or even potentially holding for a better deal down the line so you can make a little extra money from the hobby that you love and enhance your collecting journey. See you then.